What's good, guys? Viper Beats here. So a lot of you enjoyed that last tutorial I did, which was the Lil Mosey type beat. So today I'm gonna do another tutorial. Today I'm gonna be breaking down how to make a Shoreline Mafia type beat, because a lot of those have been doing really well on my YouTube, getting a lot of views and a lot of sales. So I'm gonna just break down this beat, and hopefully you can get some inspiration for your beats. And here's the first sound I use. It's a ample guitar, which is a free plugin. I'll leave a description link to that in the description. But here's what the pattern sounds like. So yeah, it's pretty simple, and I use the minor harmonic scale to make this melody. And yeah, so the next sound is a pad from Expand, and it's the same pattern as the guitar. So it's the same like piano roll, and but it's just like a really like low key sound for just some ambience and some space in the beat. So yeah, pretty simple pattern. I played around with the velocities obviously for the melodies. And the next sound is this bass from Purity, because for the West Coast beats, you gotta make sure you have a really heavy bass line, you know? So I use this bass called the Garage Z bass, which is like my favorite bass to use for West Coast beats. I use it in so many beats that are like Shoreline Mafia, any sort of West Coast beats. And here's what the pattern sounds like. So yeah, it's pretty simple. It just gives that like bounce. So the last sound I use for the melodies is this lead, and this is a theremin, I think. Yeah, theremin from Expand, from the soft leads. And this is just like another really good sound to use for West Coast beats. Um here's what the pattern sounds like. It just sounds like a whistle kind of lead. So yeah, that's also amazing. Like I love that sound for West Coast beats. So those are all of the melodies. Now we move on to the drums, and this is an 808 that I used, because I don't want the bass to be the Purity bass to be all throughout the beat. I want it to switch out with the 808 as well. So for the 808, I just reversed the polarity and I faded it out a little bit. That makes your 808s hit a little harder, so I recommend you do that. But here's what the pattern sounds like. It's pretty similar to the bass. Pretty simple pattern, and turn the velocities all the way up as usual. And next we got this clap, and for the claps I keep them pretty similar for all of my West Coast beats. And here's what it sounds like. There's just a little double here, and then there's like a roll with the velocities. So yeah, here's what the pattern sounds like. So yeah, and also I forgot to mention that this beat is 96 BPM, and for all these Shoreline Mafia type beats, just keep it from like 94 to like 102, I guess. But yeah, and the next sound I used is this hi-hat. And if you want to use the same drum sounds as me, I'm going to leave a link to my Mutant drum kit in the description, which is a free drum kit you can download. It has all of my favorite sounds. So this is the hi-hat pattern, and I went a little crazy with it. I added a lot of rolls and all of that, but you can keep it simple as well. So this is what the pattern sounds like. yeah, just bouncy and a lot of rolls. So that's just makes the beat really bounce and hit hard. So the next one is the kick. And for the kick, I turn the velocities up all the way, and here's what it sounds like. Yeah, so pretty simple pattern, but it just hits hard, and I'm gonna have that coming throughout the beat, but not all the way throughout the beat because I want the bass as well to come. So then the next sound I used was a perk, and I only used one perk for this beat, but you can go crazy, use as many perks as you want. They're just a little accent in the background, and here's what it sounds like. Yeah, so simple pattern, simple perk, and that's pretty much all of the sounds done for the beat. Now we move on to the mixing, and for the mixing there's not really much I did except I cut out the lows from the melodies, but not the bass, because I want the lows to hit in the bass. But for the guitar and the pad and the lead, I also turned the lead down a little bit. It was too loud, but I pretty much just went into an EQ and just cut at 200 for the guitar and the pad and this lead as well. And for the bass, I didn't do anything because it was sounding good. And the 808, all of these drums were fine. I didn't need to level them. And for the master, I added a soft clipper first, and then I added a ozone A elements, which is just, it makes your beats hit, but I don't have it on right now. And that's pretty much the whole beat. I'm just gonna play this whole beat for you so you can see the arrangement and all that. But I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. If you did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe if you haven't already. And let me know what kind of tutorials you want to see next, because I'm going to be making more of these. But for now, just here's the full beat for you.